3 fighters you would take with you? This is an interesting question because I wonder who Charles will take with him.
Islam Makhachev, Who? Islam Makhachev.
The fighters are Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier, and also Ilia Topuria.
Yeah.
Every time we see each other, they treat me very well. These are 3 guys whom I respect a lot as fighters. And not just for what they do in the cage, but also for who they are outside of it. And
Who is the best among these 3?
out of these 3, Islam Makhachev.
Islam Makhachev?
Yes, Islam Makhachev. I think he is an exceptionally talented master and is currently working hard on improving his footwork. I think he is one of those who, in my opinion, has undergone the most significant transformation.
I see Islam just continuously doing what he's doing, and that's winning impressively. He's somebody who's mastered all aspects of MMA.
John, please, one question for Russian MMA fans. Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry, what do you think about this fight?
Oh, I'm going with Islam because he has a wrestling background, and it's hard to beat wrestlers. So Islam, he may just be one of the greatest fighters in the world right now. It's me and maybe him. So I encourage him to keep going.
Thank you so much.
Offering his own comparison, Charles Oliveira made clear if Islam and Ilia ever fight, he believes Islam Makhachev currently sits a step ahead of Ilia Topuria.
What do you think about the fight between Islam Makhachev and Topuria?
It will be a big battle, 2 big names. Topuria is a very strong striker. He's really dangerous on his feet, can land heavy shots, and is quite capable of knocking someone out. But honestly, I think Islam is a step ahead right now. He's improved a lot in striking, yes. He has a completely different grip, and I think he can win.
So Islam is the favorite?
Yes, I said that Topuria is a guy with very good striking. He's a guy who can punch and knock someone out, yes. But honestly, I think Islam is still a step ahead. He's improved a lot in striking, and his grappling is on a completely different level.
Perspective, Ilia Topuria sees Ian Garry as a live contender against Islam Makhachev, stressing that every top fighter has a shot in elite matchups. He points to Gary's UFC experience and steady growth as reasons he could realistically cause problems in a fight.
If Garry were to beat him?
If Jan has chances, you mean to beat Islam?
Yeah.
It's a fight business. Everyone has chances. Everyone, and especially someone like Ian. He's been able to collect a lot of experience during his run in the UFC. And why not? I see him with a lot of chances.
Yeah.
And Islam, we already saw him getting knocked out in a fight. And why not for a second?
Yeah.
However, Carlos Prates gives Garry credit for having the tools to hang in this fight and compete at a high level. He knows how tough a task it is stepping in with a champion like Makhachev.
Islam fights Ian, who wins?
Of course, I think Makhachev gonna win. Makhachev is a double champ, really good fighter. Ian Garry is the underdog, but I really believe Ian have a really good skills to beat Makhachev.
Who would you prefer to fight?
The both would be good. For the legacy, Makhachev is great, just 1 loss, a lot of winning streak. But for me, by person, I prefer Ian. That lose for me is still a little bit painful, so I think me and Ian, we still have some business to do.
Adding on another prediction, Colby Covington backed Islam Makhachev to beat Ian Garry, pointing to Makhachev's overall dominance and superior wrestling pedigree as the reasons he doesn't see a realistic path for Garry to pull off the upset.
I favor Makhachev for sure. I think he's just going to take him down and dictate his pace and put the fight where he wants to fight. He's too strong for that little twig, that little cuck that sits in the corner and watches his wife get dogged out by the nutritionist. So, I got Islam. Islam ain't doing that cuck shit.
On the other hand, Khabib Nurmagomedov admitted Ian Garry will present a genuinely tough matchup for Islam Makhachev at UFC 330. He explained that Makhachev's team will need to chase Garry down, close the distance, and work to secure the takedown, calling it a fight he expects to be genuinely difficult.
I think Tsarukyan is quite capable of winning.
I mean, you said that so incredibly confidently.
I believe that if, for example, you trade punches standing with Topuria just like it happened during my own fight with him, he definitely has the power to knock you out cold. If you look closely at Tsarukyan's most recent fights, you will see that all he does is take his opponent down to the ground. He's a guy who constantly goes for takedowns, so I think he definitely won't want to trade punches, but will want to take it to the ground. If it goes to the ground, of course, it's a completely different game.
Sharing another comparison, Charles Oliveira suggested Arman Tsarukyan has the perfect style to beat Ilia Topuria. Sarukian's tendency to consistently take opponents to the ground as the deciding factor, arguing that once the fight hits the mat, it becomes a completely different game, one he sees as the right tactical approach against Topuria specifically.
I think Sarukian is quite capable of winning.
I mean, you said that so incredibly confidently.
I believe that if, for example, you trade punches standing with Topuria just like it happened during my own fight with him, he definitely has the power to knock you out cold. If you look closely at Sarukian's most recent fights, you will see that all he does is take his opponent down to the ground. He's a guy who constantly goes for takedowns, so I think he definitely won't want to trade punches, but will want to take it to the ground. If it goes to the ground, of course, it's a completely different game.
By the way, you fought both of these fighters.
I fought both of them, and in my fight against Topuria, I made a mistake. I wanted to trade punches, wanted to move, believed I could knock him out, believed my punch could land. If I had chosen a completely different strategy, the fight would have been different. That's why I'm saying this. Sarukian always fights like this in his recent bouts. He lands a strike and then takes it to the ground. He wrestles on the ground, relying on grappling. I think that's the right tactic against Topuria.
Interestingly, Arman Sarukian doesn't see the same path working against Makhachev. He argued Ian Garry simply can't beat him, because Makhachev's excellent takedown defense is the reason Garry has no realistic route to victory.
How? It's a top fight. I think it's a submission.
Submission?
But I gotta rewatch Ian Garry's fight because I don't know him very well. People saying like he has a good takedown defense.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll rewatch and come back to that.
So because I know everything in my division.
Yeah.
But I don't know a lot of people in 170, so I cannot say. But like Islam right now he's the best, so it's a little bit hard to beat him.
Reflecting on his own worst-case scenario, Ian Garry acknowledged that the outcome he's most wary of against Islam Makhachev isn't a knockout or submission, but rather being controlled for the full duration. He credited Makhachev as a phenomenal wrestler and grappler, admitting that if allowed to stay on top and impose that game, he has the tools to genuinely suffocate an opponent.
What is the worst that you see when you look ahead to Makhachev?
Being held down for 25 minutes and just having a boring fight. He's a phenomenal wrestler, a phenomenal grappler. And if you allow him the ability to stay on top and utilize his grappling and his wrestling, he can suffocate you and just lie on you like a weighted blanket, and you just find it so hard to move. And I'm like, that's not fun for anyone. It's not fun for me. It shouldn't be fun for him. And it's definitely not fun for anyone watching. So I feel like, and he did that, he did exactly that to win the world title fight. And I feel like that's the worst case scenario.
On the coaching side of things, Cain Velasquez expressed real confidence heading into Makhachev's upcoming title defense, pointing specifically to the men in his corner as a major reason for that belief. He described Islam as being in great hands under coach Javier Mendez, someone he praised as a master at what he does. Velasquez didn't stop at just calling him skilled. Either he credited Mendez with a broader track record of building champions over the years, framing his presence in Makhachev's camp as a genuine asset heading into fight night.
He's a special type of athlete, as we all know. He's one of those guys that are at the pinnacle of this sport here. I talk with Javier all the time, and Islam and those guys are always doing great. So they're in great hands. Javier is the one who builds champions. He's a master at what he does. So he's always with those guys. He's always with Islam, and so I know they're in great hands. They're getting exactly what they need as far as the fighting goes, the training goes, all that. So I see Islam just continuously doing what he's doing.
Adding his voice to the conversation, Usman says Ian Garry can give Islam Makhachev problems, calling it a genuinely tough fight. As a former welterweight champion himself, Usman knows firsthand what it takes to compete at that level, and he sees enough in Garry's skill set to make this matchup far from a straightforward night for Makhachev.
It's not announced yet, but we all kind of know he'll be fighting Ian Garry in August. Do you think Ian can do anything to challenge him, or do you see this as a pretty dominant fight for him?
Ian Garry is a top guy. Of course, he can do something, but I think he's not gonna be prepared for everything. We know Ian Garry, he have like a problem with the wrestling. Islam have very good control in the ground, and he have like good striking. My opinion is gonna be a huge fight. We'll see.
At the end of the day, the voices around this fight paint two very different pictures. Some see a champion whose all-around game and takedown defense make him nearly impossible to solve, while others believe the challenger's physical tools are being underestimated heading in. With so much expert opinion split on how this plays out, the champion still enters as the clear favorite but not without genuine questions left to answer. Do you think the champion's grappling proves too much for the challenger, or does his frame and speed create real problems once the fight starts? Let us know your prediction below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown like this one.